With over 500 kilometres of track and over 400 trams, Melbourne's tram network is one of the largest in the world. There are lots of different types of trams servicing the network, but it's these iconic Flexity E-Class trams that are by far the most comfortable and high-tech in the fleet.
Hi, my name is Laurent.
And I'm Lee. We're from Bombardier. And today, we're going to show you how we design, engineer and build these E-Class trams right here in a manufacturing facility in Dandenong. Let's go. All up, it takes about 22 days to build a 3-carriage tram from start to finish. And there are about 120 people who work on the E-Class trams project. That's a pretty big team.
First up, we make up the parts in a jig. These are the tools that hold the pieces of the trams all together, like this.
Next, we can start building the shell, which is the body of the tram. Here we use laser machines to make sure the walls and floors are straight. If they're not straight, we have some heavy-duty hammers, which we use to make sure the surface is smooth and ready for the next workstation.
Which is the paint shop, where we sand the tram before we put the protective paint on that stops the tram from rusting.
Our trams can last over 30 years, so it's very important that we protect them.
Wow, that paint looks great! Now let's get this fellow fitted with all its electrical cables.
Did you know there are over 40 kilometres of cables in every E-Class tram? That's like 80 times around the MCG. Of course, the tram uses electricity from overhead wires to work. The electricity comes from the power supply along the overhead wires and then flows down a pole that sticks out of the top of the tram, touching these overhead wires, which is called the pantograph. The electricity flows from the pole to the controls, which the driver operates.
So once all the electrical wires are in and the floor's been installed, it's time to do the interior fit out.
This is where we put in the walls, ceiling, seats and handrails. After the inside of the tram has all the parts it needs, we start working on the really big parts, like the air conditioning unit, brake cooling system and electrical component boxes.
All of this stuff is hidden up here, on the roof of the tram.
And once all that equipment is inside and out, we can mount the driver's cab. This is the brain of the tram, and it's where the driver sits and controls the tram up and down the tracks. Then it's time to head to the test track, where we test and monitor the tram for about 4 weeks initially to make sure everything's working the way it should. We test the electrical system, which is done using a big computer to test things like the CCTV cameras and driver control. We also test the mechanical system, which are things like the brakes. And once all the testing's done, and the tram has the big tick of approval, it's time to hit the tracks.
So you can just relax and enjoy the ride.